Hey everybody, it's LavenderTowne, and today I'm going to be drawing tiny things on a giant tablet. This video is sponsored by XPPen, and they sent me the XPPen Artist Pro 24 Gen 2 in both the 4K and the 165Hz version. Now let's run through the main points of these tablets. They both feature high color accuracy with Kalman verified color certification and are able to showcase over 1 billion colors. Users of these tablets can use a colorimeter with XPPen Color Master, a permanent free color management service. This software is powered by Kalman's renowned Aurora color engine, is compatible with Windows and Mac OS, and allows adjustments across 3 color spaces, ensuring consistent professional color performance. They also come with 2 styluses, the X3 Pro stylus, which is a smart chip-enabled stylus, and the X3 Pro Slim stylus, which is slimmer and fits more pencil-like in the hand. They also have an industry-leading 16,000 pressure levels, which makes the drawing process ultra-sensitive and natural feeling. They are winners of the 2024 Red Dot Design Award with a sturdy and flexible stand, paper-like drawing experience, and ergonomic wrist rest design. Both of them come with the ACK05 wireless shortcut remote. While they both have a whopping 23.8-inch fully laminated display, the 165Hz edition has a buttery smooth 165Hz refresh rate with a high-resolution screen, while the 4K edition features 4K UltraVision. I'll be using the 4K version in this video, but I'll discuss the pros and cons of both at the end. Let's test it out. So I got the tablet all set up, getting the built-in stand to the correct angle for myself. I made sure to get the wireless remote all set up with the shortcuts that I use the most. The only one I actually had to change was Command T for transform. I use that one a lot. The drawing space was so large, I actually ended up moving around some elements because I had never had to actually stretch to reach it before. It is really amazing how big this screen is. The active area is 23.8 inches. So the first thing I want to try drawing on this massive tablet is a tiny little Inktober drawing. You can see in the corner here in the navigator that I'm drawing on a tiny portion of this 4K canvas. I really noticed right away that the styluses are extremely low latency. That just means that when you draw, there isn't any lag. And anyone who has used a cheaper tablet before, or particularly I noticed with battery styluses, there is usually a lot of lag. That is something that I try to avoid in my tablet purchases, and this tablet is very natural. It's very low parallax, super smooth and lovely. I decided to do this Inktober drawing because I am filming some of this on the 1st of October. The prompt was backpack, and I always try to make my Inktober drawings a little bit spooky, so this is a scary hitchhiker with something nefarious in his backpack. So now I've drawn a physically small drawing, but I also wanted to draw some small characters in theme with the small things on a giant tablet. So I'm going to do an illustration of these 2 little insect girls. One of them is based on a golden stag beetle. Animal Crossing players will know about that. And the other is based on the Venezuelan poodle moth, which is a possible cryptid or possible real moth. I was surprised actually at how much discourse there is about the Venezuelan poodle moth. I knew that the picture people most often use is a needle felted model, but I didn't realize that the insect itself may or may not actually be a new species, so that was really interesting looking into. I'm going to draw them in a tiny, super close-up, miniaturized environment, and I'm just basically going to do a full illustration on this tablet so I can give you guys a accurate review of how it actually is to draw all the different stages of a drawing on. I decided to give the beetle girl kind of a beetle-y skirt, it looks like the 2 hard halves of the wing covers that beetles have, and then the poodle moth I just wanted to look fluffier and just more soft in general. All of the edges I want to make very hard and sharp on the beetle girl so that these 2 have quite a bit of contrast. I feel like if I designed fairies, this is kind of how I would do it. I would pick an insect to base them off of, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot as my next project that I'm working on involves a lot of creature creation and populating a mystical forest with a lot of little living things that may or may not really exist. minimalist. I don't upgrade my stuff very often. I'm pretty frugal when it comes to digital art supplies. It's weird because I'm completely the opposite when I go to the art store and get like paints and stuff. Like I can't help myself. But usually with my tablets, I don't upgrade them very often. And this one felt like such a huge difference, I think, because I got really used to what I was already working with. I love how easy this tablet was to set up. In the past, I have definitely had to use quite a number of cables and spend a lot of time wrestling with drivers. In this case, I was working with an older Mac laptop. All I needed to do was plug in the USB-C cable directly into my laptop and plug the tablet into power, and that was it. The drivers were really easy. You just download the ones that are Gen 2, that's important. Then with the Mac software, you don't actually even need to download drivers for the remote, so all I did was plug it in for a second and make sure that the USB dongle was on my laptop, and then everything was already working. I decided with this illustration I wanted to approach it in more of a painterly way. I think I was just like really reveling in the ultra high resolution, so I wanted to see those like more realistic painty brushes on it. And man, I was just enamored. I decided to do like sort of this like messy tonal fill on the characters where there's just like a lot of warm base tones, and then I'm like building up highlights over the top, particularly for the poodle moth, because I knew her general color palette was going to be quite white. And I wanted to give her little beetle friend a little basket, so it looks like they've been foraging for stuff. I decided to put cherries in there to really impress upon you how small they are, because the cherries are enormous with them. And I just wanted to make it look like they were sort of walking hand in hand through the forest. I was able to build up a little environment quite quickly. That's one of the benefits of drawing such small, tiny characters, is you only really have to draw like 1 or 2 tree trunks because they're just so small. I also built out a little like grassy floor for them, and I put in my famous cattail cartoon style plants. They're just cattails, but they have little cat faces and little cat ears on them. It's one of my favorite things to draw. And then I put some of those creepy little mushrooms that adhere to the sides of tree trunks. I played with the colors a bit. I wasn't happy with it at first, but as I was kind of like playing around with different cool tone shadows, I was able to get much happier with it. And then I just went in and added some little like dashes and details to make it look a little more textural and fun, because I felt like it was looking a little too digital for me. This whole illustration didn't take me too long, and I think part of that again was the materials I was using. It was nice not having to zoom in and out all the time, because I could get closer to the screen, and also like there just was so much screen that I wasn't having to like zoom in and out to see like the full image. I could just kind of have it as is, and I think you noticed that in the actual recording that I'm not doing as much zooming as I normally do. This was just a really nice experience, honestly. You guys know I've been sponsored by XPPen before, and every time they sponsor me, I just end up using their tablets forever because I really like them. So here's a full color illustration that I made on this tablet. I really love my little insect girls, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make it, and that you like the character designs. So here's the full illustration. It really didn't take me too long, and I quite enjoyed drawing them. They're kind of new characters for me. I was designing them on the fly, but I'm quite fond of them now. I hope you guys like them too. So I'm going to talk about my overall experience with this new tablet. First of all, I have never worked with a tablet of this size, and it is such a luxury to me. And I also find that you can draw extremely small, as I've done in this video. I love the wireless shortcut remote, especially on a tablet of this size. Actually having the shortcuts off of the tablet is really helpful. I found myself using it naturally a lot. I also like that it has quite lovely, you can see it working in the background, quite lovely tactile click to it, and also having these buttons which you can program however you like. This is the first tablet I have ever gotten that had multiple styluses. So this is the stylus that I was using in the video. I love it very much. It's more of a heavy duty with a velvety grip. But also in this little case, you get the slim version, which is very nice as well. These are my favorite types of nibs also, these like white sort of textured gray ones, but they feel a lot like pencils, which I really like. Speaking of the feel of pencils, I love the surface. It's still very smooth, but it's not like so smooth that it feels glassy. So when you're drawing, it has quite a lovely feel to it. So both of these styluses have over 16,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, which you definitely notice when you're drawing. I'm a huge fan of XPPen. I love this tablet in particular, and I hope you guys check it out if you are in the market for a big, beautiful display, because this one is truly a delight to draw on. So in conclusion, the difference between these two is refresh rate and resolution. If you want a scaling-free and performance-friendly option, particularly if you're working on graphic design, video editing, or game dev, the super high refresh rate and high resolution screen of the 165Hz edition might be your ideal pick. If you want the exceptional image clarity of quadruple resolution and double the pixel density, I recommend the 4K version. Definitely check out both tablets through my link in the description, and thank you so much to XPPen for sending me these beauties and supporting the channel. Thank you so much to my members and patrons, including Among Us Skibbity, Kristen Kobitz, Kira Kira, Gold Pikachu, Skitten2, Yume Lily, Jamie C, Data, Misty Raven, Artist James, Loro, Foxglove, Random World, Lily McFarlane, Becca, Casey, Elliot Graham, Anastasia Evsiva, Viet, Graveyard Moss, Grexiest, Olia, Maddie Momo, Brandon Stark, CB, Lucy Amajiki, Liv Liv, Ravens Crow, Zalsalat, T Hill Music, Jabber Dabber Doo, Kadaria, Astral Fox Art, The Expressive Poker Face, Subaki, Cutie Pie, Ice Cream Pal, Kola, JJ Jade, and of course, Blah 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 Blah.